In this video, we're going to get into the self-storage business, why self-storage is a great investment, how you can get into self-storage, and what it's like to invest in the self-storage business in 2023. What makes me an expert? First of all, one of my business partners, the storage king, Christian Nard, I watched his entire journey from his first storage place to now he's on like number 10. And he bought that first storage unit with a $1 million entry fee, which he paid $0 of his own money in, and then they ended up spending $4 million total and exited just this year for $10.4 million, and they turned that into a monumental success. And if you haven't checked out those videos, Storage King 1 and Storage King 2, this is gonna be an actual walkthrough of the storage facility that he has. But in this video, we're gonna break down the storage business at a big conceptual level. You're gonna see everything that's going on. In fact, one of the things I just looked up yesterday is one of the top 100 companies in the United States by market cap is Public Storage. So why are people investing in storage? It's recession proof. You're not going to lose money if you're investing in storage through the recession, right? It's a growing industry. And why is it growing? Well, in the United States, if you haven't known, everybody's shopping on Amazon. They are attached to their stuff. And the storage business is like multifamily. If you compare it to multifamily, it actually outperforms multifamily. The difference is between storage and multifamily is, number one, storage is slow to scale. You phase out storage. Where if like you built a storage complex right here and an apartment complex right here, and they both had 100 units, which one would fill up first? It would be the multifamily, because people always need a place to live. But storage is slow and it fills up slow, but it also has low attrition. And here's the other thing, mattresses don't complain. Let's talk about the clean out. You need a broom and a dustpan when people leave. And if people don't leave, you don't need a formal eviction. You just take their stuff and auction it out. So if you're considering investing in multifamily and you're considering storage, storage is a much better option than multifamily. I guarantee it. I own multifamily and I've been paying attention to storage for a long time. And storage is a much better option. You don't have sewer calls. You don't have tenants beating up the place. They put their stuff in there, they forget about it, and then they auto draft. And it's less expensive, right? It's less expensive for somebody to put their stuff into a 10 by 10 or a 10 by 15 or a 10 by 20 or whatever, and you're getting like $1.25 to maybe some places in like Manhattan, $4 a square foot for people to rent their stuff. It's expected to grow. It's got long-term growth, right? Like as you see these cities, as more people move into Kansas City. In fact, one of the places that we were looking at in Kansas City with my partners who were in the storage business was ABC Storage. And we actually got beat by Caleb Bouland. He actually is turning that into apartments. Now, I have told him personally, I'm like, I think you should turn that into storage. It's been storage. You don't have to rebrand it. You don't have to go put a bunch of build out. The build out, and that's another thing. The build out, to build brand new in storage is between $60 a square foot and $80 a square foot to build brand new. And to rebuild or to retrofit a storage unit, it costs about $30 to $50 per square foot. Big time savings versus multifamily. You don't got fixtures, you don't got drywall, you don't got flooring, you don't got paint, you don't got bathtubs, you don't got none of it. You have a wall, air conditioning, sprinkler systems, and a roll-up, right? And a lock. And it's a business, right? It's much more of a business than multifamily, and I'm gonna talk to you about it why. Not only do you make money from selling your locks, but you can partner with other trucking companies and moving companies. Not only are they gonna drive traffic, but you're also going to be able to make money off of their bottom line. They do revenue sharing. If you have a large lot, the cool thing is if you really are in an area where people have boats and they have RVs and they have all these other things, you can rent out spaces for boats for 150, 200, 350 bucks. You can rent out a place for a car for $100. People will store their cars. Now, what does that do? That's a business thing. You're going to get paid as a cap rate. So the lower the cap rate, and generally storage trades between like 3 to up to 7, 8% cap rate. And the lower the cap rate, the higher the value of property. So every dollar that you add to your storage increases the value of your business, which is your storage business, okay? That's why I love storage. With multifamily, like you can maybe add washer and dryers and that can go there, but you really can't do anything. You can increase rent and that's it. With storage, not only can you offer parking, not only can you partner with like U-Haul or Penske, but you can sell things for storage. You can sell things for packing, boxes, all of that stuff, right? You need someone there to be operating, and you can actually use a third-party management company to manage all these things. Now, we did a video before about getting into the ice space, right? Selling ice and how that could be a business. Like those automatic ice machines. You could put one of them in your storage place for people who stored boats, and then all of a sudden that revenue is going to boil down. Let me talk to you about my ultimate play. This is what happens with a lot of these big box stores. My buddy just bought the Super Walmart in Birmingham, Alabama. He's got 210,000 square feet of potential storage, but he knows that he's not going to fill it up with storage, so he's going to cut it up and do it into other things. With Walmart, you've got these huge parking lots, right? So what could you do? You could add a car wash. You could add a coffee stand. All these traffic driving things. Generally, these big box stores have huge parking lots that face the streets. So the storage is set in the background, and then you have all this parking lot that you can either rent out the space or you can redevelop the front part that faces the traffic. You need 16,000 cars that are going to pass by your location every day to have a good storage unit. More than that would be better. You want to be close to people coming and going from work. So high visibility. And that is the ultimate real estate play, is when you're redeveloping and flipping old rundown places and turning them into new things. So you're going to see this happen over and over again. The storage market is growing on such a big level that you're going to see storage continue to grow and grow and grow. And let's talk about the technology advancements, right? Like you can literally go and set up a gate that's going to open, a keypad to get in, and you could pretty much unman that thing. You can make it so storage is making money while you're there or not. That's one of the best things about storage. But I want to talk to you about what really interests me about storage. It's so sustainable. Once people put their stuff in, they don't want to come back and pick it up. So you've got people who I remember, just like it was yesterday, we moved my brother-in-law's stuff out of his storage, and he had so much stuff in his storage, and he'd had it there for 5 years. And then he ended up taking all the stuff out and giving it away. So that's what most people do. They're going to spend $150, $200 a month, store it in there because they don't want to move it out, and then time just happens. There's a guy named John Fayard Trucking in Gulfport, Mississippi. I was driving in Mississippi one day and I saw the most beautiful storage facility in the world. It had neon lights, it was built out of brick, and the guy was storing wine, storing cigars, storing guns, all of these high-end products that he could charge more per square foot than the other guys. So now you have all these different segments of storage for people who are looking for things to protect their stuff. And this could go back in Vegas, there was a guy who was selling retina scanning safety deposit boxes. I see that in the future as people begin to trust banks less and less. People who want to hide cash are going to find places that are like, oh, you can store your cash here. That is where the industry is changing. So how can you get involved in the storage business? First of all, you can buy storage with an SBA loan. As you see hotel owners, they buy storage with SBA loans and they get into this and that. It's a business. You can buy it with an SBA loan. You see these mom and pop storage places all over the place, and you can continue to increase that. That's a great way to get into it, right? If you're like, well, Troy, I can't get a $10.4 million building. It doesn't start with anything big, it starts small. So there's just so many ways to grow with storage, and it's got so many benefits. And as we're in Kansas City right now, there's no storage downtown. You don't need a lot of parking. So if you have one of these old buildings and you're like, it doesn't work for me here, you could change one of these old buildings into storage. In fact, I'm in the process of negotiating with this guy. It's going to be like a 3-year negotiation. He's got a building, and I'm like, this is perfect. We'll turn it into storage. Because as all of the buildings around me turn into multifamily, what are they going to have? They're going to have stuff that they need to store, and they're going to need a place to store it. What's stopping you from getting involved in storage? Make sure you subscribe to this video. If you got a storage place in the Kansas City area, if you got a big box store that's out of business in the Kansas City area, or in the Mississippi area, or in the Louisiana area, or in the Texas area, or any area in the United States, and you find an empty big box store and you're looking for someone to partner with you on a storage building, comment below and let me know. And if you're interested in getting involved in storage, let me know in the comments. And if you're interested in getting involved in real estate and you're like, man, storage is way too much, I don't know what the hell to do, Troy, watch some of our other videos about flipping, wholesaling. Both of us, my partner Chris and myself, both got started by flipping one house, by wholesaling one house, and that led to bigger and better deals. So anything's doable. You just got to dream big. You just got to do big. And eventually you'll find out that maybe it's a storage business, maybe it's another business, but real estate is the way. We'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.